Hi everyone, it's Joy Nelson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the Denver, Colorado area, and I am going to be showing you a project with the brand new Notes of Nature bundle. It has the Notes of Nature stamp set and then the Notes of Nature dies. These are just absolutely wonderful dies. You have these 3 dies that will cut out images from the Nature's Sweetness paper. They will fit on some of these images here. So just know that you can die cut out some of the images from some of the paper. This is the Nature's Sweetness paper. I'll be using some of this. This is one side, the foil side, and then the other side has some great patterns as well. So you have this, and you have all these great patterns here, and you can do wonderful things with them. So I'm going to show you a little peek of the card that I'm going to be making. This is a collage style card. I just felt that this set really lent itself to collage, which is one of my favorite things. So let's pull out. This is a crumb cake card base, and I'm going to be telling you some very quick measurements in Imperial. You can purchase for a one-time donation and get all of the projects from everyone who's participating in this catalog launch. And that will have a metric. Mine will have metric measurements as well as the Imperial measurements. 5.5 by 8.5, just a standard card base, scored in half at 4 1/4. So there is our card base, and then I'm going to be bringing in a couple more pieces. This is a piece of basic white, and then I have the first layer, which is, I believe it's 3 3/4 by 5. Yes, 3 3/4 by 5, and then the next layer down is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So we have those pieces, and then we have some DSP pieces. First off, I'm going to do a little stamping. So I'm going to bring in this grid stamp and the splatter stamp from this set. I'm going to be using Crumb Cake ink. This is an old style pad, but this color is still current, and this pad still works perfectly fine. So you'll know that your ink pads will last a while. So let me go ahead and do a little stamping here. You don't have to worry about really getting it straight, because this is just a background. It's going to have pieces on top of it. So we have our crumb cake on there, and then we want Pool Party ink. Next, our splatters are going to be in Pool Party. So we're just going to start with some splatters. Not being real precise, kind of overlapping a little bit. Again, we're just creating kind of a background for this. So there we have that piece. Let's go ahead and see if we can get all of our stamping done. Now, first off, before I started this video, I did some die cutting. So I die cut a piece of basic white with the die that does this. And then these, before I die cut this gold foil, I did put some adhesive sheet on the back, and there's some adhesive sheet on the back of this Pool Party one as well. So we have those, And then we have a die cut piece of the designer series paper. So there we have our die cuts, and we're going to do some more stamping. I'm going to use this great stamp that's already kind of a collage on its own. It's got the field notes, it's got number, it's got a little seal stamp down there. And I'm going to be bringing in a Pebbled Path ink pad. And my ink pads get lots of use, so if they look a little dirty to you, that's just because they get so much use, and I do classes with them, so a lot of people use them. Well, let's just go ahead and just tap, 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 and then just lay this on the edge and towards the bottom. Just kind of hold it there for a second. You can walk it around a little bit with your fingers. Try not to rock it. So there we have that. I don't need to put that away yet because I also need this just a little note to say hello stamp. And I need a very thin strip. It is 3/4 of an inch wide. And then I think it's 2 3/4 inch long. Yes. So this one's just slightly wider. This is 7/8 of an inch, and then also 2 3/4 inch length. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stamp just a little note to say hello. I'm going to sort of try to eyeball that, sort of get it in the middle. Just kind of hold it there for a minute. Let the ink absorb into the paper. So again, I'm using basic white with Crumb Cake and Pool Party, all are my colors, and then some ink in the Pebbled Path as well. So there we have this. And then this one here, it has a little perforated here. So I'm just going to fold that back and forth a couple times. And then I'm going to tear that part off so that it looks as if it was ripped right out of a notebook. So there we have all of our pieces stamped for the front of our card. And we have our die cuts done. So let's go ahead and do some assembly. I like to use the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue, the multi-purpose liquid glue, because it does give me a little bit of wiggle room before it completely dries. So just going to do a little bit of that. Then I want an even border around. So there you have that. I want to attach these two together. Get a little glue going there. Then I'm going to have a top and a bottom layer peeking through, but not on the sides. This is where my liquid glue comes in really handy, because I can just kind of wiggle it just a little bit to get it where I want it and have my borders be as even as I can get them. There we have those, and now I want to bring in my die cuts. So on this one, I need this little leaf here. I'm going to see if I can peel it off very carefully. Sometimes it's not as easy as you would think. There we go. I got it started, and now we can pull this out, get this away from the paper that comes on the adhesive sheets. And I just want to kind of put this on here, overlapping it just a little bit. Oh, let's see, is this one? See if I can kind of mimic what I've done over there. Okay, so this adhesive for very delicate die cuts works really, really well. So I just need to unsticky that just a little bit. So I'm just going to be very technical and just use the fabric end of my sleeve because I don't want that part to be sticky. Just the part I want stuck on my piece there. So now this is dry. Bring in some paper snips. Just do an angle, and then if you flip this over, you can hold it and do another matching angle. Ta-da! So there we have that is together, and we can go ahead and put this piece on. Again, I'm going to use some of my multi-purpose liquid glue. Don't want it to come out too much out of the tip, just a light, thin amount. You can put a little in there. And then this is going to go at an angle. And now I need some of the Pool Party Crinkle Ribbon. Again, this is a celebration item, a level 1 celebration item. And you can get this for free with a qualifying order. It will vary based on your market. And if you purchase the Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper and the Notes of Nature bundle, that should get you to the amount that where you can qualify for this. Let's go ahead. I need about 4.5-ish inches. Not going to be precise with that. And I need some glue dots. So there's the glue dots right there. There's one. And then another one. So if you press it down on there, it should come back up and be sticking to the ribbon. Don't need that yet. So now I need to wrap this around the bottom of this these layered pieces and try to get it relatively straight. Just kind of wrap it around. There we have that. Now I want to do a little bit of surgery, and I want to take your pick tool and pick up a glue dot off of here. And then I want to stick this right underneath this part so that I can stick that ribbon down. I'm going to be holding it in place how I want it. So if you ever need to stick a glue dot somewhere, you can just do a little card making surgery and stick it in like that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on things. And then my take your pick tool can just kind of plunk these off, these papers off. And then we will attach this on our card base, centering it with an even border around the pool party. Let's go ahead and get some more dimensionals. Then I'm going to angle this one going the other direction. Then I want to take my paper off of the back of my die cut. Again, I used adhesive sheet on the scrap piece before I ran this through the die cutting machine. A little bit there. Then I also need this piece here. And I could probably use my Take Your Pick tool to help me out just a little bit. Yes, there we go. I got it started with my Take Your Pick tool, and then that just comes right off. And I can lay this one kind of overlapping. I want to kind of stick it underneath that field notes piece a little bit, so that everything is kind of connecting together. And then we're just going to attach this on here, kind of centering the ribbon in the middle of it. And hopefully it is all on straight. There we have the front. And I'm going to use the brushed brass butterflies. And as you can see, I've used a lot of this package already. And just going to take a little one and put it right down here, kind of at a little angle. And then a large one. See if I can get that large one there. And then put this one kind of over here. And then another small one right up in here. Nope, it needs to go. Where does it need to go? Where does it need to go? Maybe, as you can see, it's stamped just slightly differently. This one isn't as far up. Where do I want to stick that? Maybe right there. Okay, so now we have all of those on there, and let's just do a quick little inside. So for the inside layer, I have a 4-inch piece by 5 1/4-inch piece, and I'm going to copy what I've done here. So I'm going to take my crumb cake ink again, and the grid stamp and the splatter stamp, and then I'm going to bring in this stamp here, which is also in this set, and I'm going to do just a little bit of stamping on the inside so that the inside of our card looks just as wonderful as the outside. So just gonna kind of put it down like that. Bring in Pool Party. And kind of get some where else do I want it? Maybe another one up there. Okay. No two collages ever look the same. That is kind of the beauty of collage. So now we need Pebbled Path. And I'm just going to get a couple of these leaves on here. So there we have the inside, so that our inside is going to be just as beautiful as our outside. let's go ahead and attach that. Just a quick amount of the multi-purpose liquid glue. Try not to get it too close to the edge. Just open this up and attach this with an even border around the sides. So there we have our Notes of Nature collage card. I hope you have enjoyed my presentation and that this card piqued your interest in the mini catalog, the January to April 2024 mini catalog, and the Sale-A-Bration brochure where you can get free items with your purchases. Until next time, bye!